Hello and welcome to Taking You to School with Dr. Tom Prichard. I'm your host, JP John Podge from the Two Man Power Trip. Of course, joining me, star of the show, the former WWE World Tag Team Champion, one of the greatest trainers ever in the history of the business, the Doctor of Desire himself, Dr. Tom Prichard. How you doing today, sir?
John, I'm doing great today. Thank you very much for asking.
Jason, starting us off hot. Hello, Jason. Hope all is well.
Yeah, everything's good with me about Memorial Day.
Yeah, how was your Memorial Day? Was it
My
you have a
Memorial Day
nice
was
weekend?
very memorable. Yep, it was very memorable. Sure.
Do
Thank you.
anything crazy?
No, nothing crazy, John.
All right.
I gave that up a while back.
All right, all right. But
Yeah,
memorable though, that's good. That's a good start.
sure.
Now, before Memorial Day, obviously, did you see the King of the Ring or King and Queen of the Ring? Excuse me,
I did
WWE.
see King and Queen of the Ring. I thought it was a good show. I thought it was very good. I especially enjoyed Gunther and Randy, even though his shoulder was up on the pin. I thought that was a nice twist to it, even though maybe it was whether it was intentional or not. I like that.
And whether it's intentional or not, it's a storyline now because Triple H did an
Yeah,
interview about it saying there's got to be a rematch. And Orton lost because it's referee's decision, but did he really lose? Yeah.
right. So, I mean, that's something that you may or may not have seen in a long time. So, I certainly haven't seen it in a long time. So,
And I don't know, and even going back to Chris Benoit versus Orton, I don't know if I've ever seen him get like lit up like that. I mean, he was getting blistered with shots. I've never seen him get beat up like that.
well, I think it called for it, and
Yeah.
they had a hell of a match. I thought it
Yeah,
was
it was
great.
awesome.
Yeah, very good match. Both those guys. Both those guys were getting the hell beat out of
And two, let's say Orton, obviously he's recovering from a back injury.
them.
You don't want to take a lot of back bumps, but you want the match to be, of a certain level. So you're not taking a ton of back bumps, but you are taking a beating. So I mean, it's kind of a little bit of give and take.
Yeah, I think both of the Gunther and Randy went into it knowing they're going to have to lay it in. Of course, both those guys laid it in anyway. I thought it was a hell of a match, well laid out match, and uh, great storytelling.
I think Gunther is kept strong now that he's the king. I know we were talking about how he lost to
He
Sami Zayn
froze
in
up.
Mania, but now that he's the king, is he kept strong? You think storyline wise?
I'd keep him strong. Yeah, sure would.
Do you think this keeps him strong though? The fact that he's the king,
Why wouldn't it? I
because
think
because he
being
lost to Sami Zayn at Mania, he lost the IC title. Just want to know if you thought he was back to where he was, like the unstoppable monster that he was.
well, he's going into a new realm, a new atmosphere, a new he's now the king of the ring, and he has a shot at SummerSlam, correct?
Yep.
Whoever the world champion is. So, um, yeah, I don't feel like he lost any momentum at all. I think he
I,
stays strong as king of the ring.
and he gets a title shot at the stadium show at SummerSlam, so it's a big deal.
So it'll either be Damian Priest or somebody else.
Or
Like,
Drew McIntyre.
I was going to say, what do you think's going to happen in Scotland?
I think Drew's got to win. His hometown, his home turf, he's got to win.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Well, I agree he's got to win, but then what do you do with Damian Priest?
Yeah, it's a conundrum for sure, but I
Well,
feel like
yeah, I mean,
McIntyre
sure.
needs to win. Yeah,
So I don't know, but I thought King of the Ring and King and Queen of the Ring was pretty good.
I agree. Hello,
Yeah.
Todd from
Paris,
beautiful
Kentucky.
Paris. Wow.
Todd, not too far. Ibsen.
Ibsen, what's going on? Barra, hello. Brendan, good evening, Brendan. Scorch, hello, Scorch. He says, Dr. Tom, I've spoken with Gangrel. He seemed like a very cool, down to earth person. Did you ever interact with Gangrel?
Yes, and he is a very down to earth person. Very cool. He really is. Yeah, I've known Gangrel for a long time.
What do you think about his return at AEW over the weekend?
Well, I have to be honest with you. I was out of pocket, so I didn't know he did return to AEW over the weekend.
helped Edge win his match at AEW over Malachi Black.
Okay. Well, good for him then.
Small issue though. He
What's
looked
that?
great. He looked great. It was cool. Everything else, the little Brood reunion. Edge did a top rope. I guess he was going for a splash, and on a table. So it's a barbed
Broke
wire
his
cage
leg.
match. Yeah, he
Yeah.
broke his tibia, so he's out at least 6 months.
Yeah. That's what they call a high risk.
Yeah. Now, Pete, I read somewhere that some of his friends, or I guess maybe some other wrestlers, are speculating this might be the end of his career.
Well, it might. I mean, it might very well could be if he feels that way, and he's not getting. You don't heal any faster as you get older, so this might be a wake up call.
He doesn't have anything left to prove either, right? I mean, he doesn't really
No,
need to stick around if he doesn't want to.
exactly. He was doing it for the love of the game, so that's great. But I mean, now maybe be the time to chill.
Brendan said Gunther and Orton was amazing. I concur. I agree.
I agree.
Phil the Thrill says, good evening. Great to see you guys. Good
Phil?
evening, Phil. Ibsen, the icon, is saying, why didn't you ever have a match at King of the Ring during the actual pay-per-view? To me, the free-for-all against the New Rockers in 1996 does not count. Why were you not in the King of the Ring?
Because it didn't book us there.
Does that have anything to do with it being Bruce's fault? Anything at all? Or no?
No, it's my fault.
Oh.
They didn't book us. That's it.
Damn, come on, guys.
Yeah,
I agree. Though free-for-all, technically, you're not on the pay-per-view. You're on the free portion of it. Free-for-all pre-show. So I agree with
that, John.
But I'm saying I agree with Ibsen. I totally
agree with Ibsen too.
You're probably going to agree with ATF because you always do. But do you think OVW would benefit from Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin punching Al Snow, or do you think Al would not survive the punch?
I think anywhere the Hands of Stone Ronnie Garvin goes and punches somebody, he's always going to be. It'll always be a benefit to somebody. That's what I think.
You think OVW needs help?
I don't know what's going on in OVW. I haven't kept up with OVW for the past at least 3 months. I have no idea what's going on.
I know they're traveling, so they're doing shows outside of their normal market, so they're getting out there.
Where are they going?
I'm trying to remember what state, but and I know it was out of state, and I don't remember where the heck they were, but I know they were moving. I don't think it was Arizona, but they were moving westward. I know that.
Well, good luck.
Mean Morigi Best. Hello, people, and hello, Dr. Tom. I just remembered the Body Donnas. Wow, okay. Should he have remembered it, though? That's the question.
No, let's forget about the Body Donnas.
Does the King of the Ring, this is from Craig, by the way, does a King of the Ring get a cash bonus or raise in salary?
I think he gets a higher profile. I don't know what the salary would be with a cash bonus.
Do you know how it works nowadays? Because it's guaranteed for most of the guys, right? So it's not like you're world champion and you all of a sudden your pay scale goes up, right? You're just world champion.
I don't know. I don't know how that works these days. If they give you the ball, I don't know. Because I guess it means selling more merch, doing more stuff. I don't know how it works these days.
I was just talking to a former world champion, maybe the best there is, was, and ever will be. And he was saying back then, 92, 93, that was a huge bump in salary. Nowadays, I don't know because it's mostly guaranteed.
Yeah, who knows? I wouldn't know how it works.
I feel like Gunther, though, if you're King of the Ring and now you're number one contender, they hadn't done that in 22 years since Lesnar, raises the profile big time.
Of course it does. I mean, so, yeah. And who knows what's going to happen between now and then either.
You got a few months to build it.
Yeah.
When Skip had his King of the Ring qualifying match versus Mark Marrow in 96, why didn't you ask for a match yourself?
That's a good question, Isman. Ribson. It's a great question. There was only room for one body Donna Gibson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Barbara saying, "Hi, Dr. Tom. So good to see you. Hope you're feeling well. Sorry, I'm late."
We'll get over it, Barbara.
The modern day cowboy himself, Mitch Miller. Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening to Mitch. Brendan, the Motor City Madman himself. Not sure if or if you saw NXT, Dr. Tom, but Jordan Grace was appearing. Do you think she will get more WB and TNA collaborations in the future? Do you think we will
Well,
get?
I hope she does. I think she will. So that's a good thing for her. I think Jordan's awesome. I think it'd be great to introduce something like that, like TNA on NXT. I mean, Hunter's an old school guy, so he can acknowledge outside promotions and other people and things like that without repercussions now, I guess.
Did you happen to see that last night with NXT with her making a surprise appearance?
No, but I did hear about it.
Very cool. I was kind of shocked by it because I was like, wait a second. They're saying Roxanne Perez is going to have a number one contender. Who's number one contender? So you figure it's just somebody from the locker room, and then all of a sudden it's Jordan Grace, and she has the TNA title around her arm. So it's like,
Right.
and they acknowledge that's Jordan Grace from TNA. She was at the Royal Rumble. So it's like, wow, they really are doing something together. Because I heard she's going to be there for not just last night and for Battleground. She's going to be there for a few shows.
Well, yeah, I think that's great. They're acknowledging TNA and Jordan, and I mean, I think they're acknowledging the fact that there's other talent out there. So that's a cool thing to see.
You think Vince would have ever done that, like as far as like a total
No,
collaboration with somebody?
I don't think so. Could be wrong, but I don't think so.
What do you think about like the future of TNA? Just as far as like with NXT, does that make them look bigger? Does that help them in the long run? What do you think?
I think it does help. Anytime you're mentioned, I think it helps. Um, it shows that people are watching what you're doing, TNA or MLW or NWA or anything like that. Impact. Um, People are watching. So they're not just watching one person, they're watching a lot of people. So they picked Jordan because obviously there was a spot and there was a need, and I think there's an interest. So yeah, I think it helps them. Helps them a lot. It helps anybody that does that for.
I've heard that they like her a lot, so
Yeah,
probably going to be seeing more of her.
no doubt.
Also, Ethan Page made a surprise appearance, and he attacked Trick Williams, the NXT World Champion, as well.
Right. So once again, it just shows that WWE knows what's going on. They want to have their finger on the pulse and get a read for who's out there. I think that's awesome.
Barbara says she's very happy to see Liv Morgan win the belt at the King and Queen of the Ring. Was it necessary for her to turn heel to do so?
She might have wanted to try something different, or they might have had something else in mind for her. So
I think she kind of needs to be heel because when Rhea Ripley comes back, she's going to be a big baby face, and obviously that's the big feud that they're pushing to with Liv kissing Dominic Mysterio. You know what I mean? I feel like she's almost has to be the heel just because Rhea Ripley's going to be over as a babyface, I think.
yeah, probably so. Probably so. That makes sense.
And Becky is gone. Her contract is up.
So Becky is gone. They didn't resign.
Not yet. Nope.
So is it official she's gone?
Yeah, as of last night, that was her last match on her contract.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
So do you think she will resign Becky Lynch?
I thought there was a deal already on the table for her. But I could
It hasn't been signed, though. Has not been signed.
Okay. Well,
You don't think she'd go to AEW, do you?
why would she?
I don't think it makes any sense. Her husband
Yeah.
just re-signed with WWE.
So yeah, I think she'll be resigning.
Were you watching the monitor when Steve gave his speech, meaning Steve Austin alongside Michael P.S. Hayes, a.k.a. Doc Hendricks, King of the
Yes,
Ring 96?
yes, I was Ibsen.
What did you think about it?
Thought it was great.
You didn't think what Vince McMahon is saying? This is blasphemy. What is he doing? Austin
No, I didn't
316.
think I'd hear those words from Vince's mouth. No, this is blasphemy. No, no, I doubt that.
Remember that great Jeff Jarrett promo? He goes, Austin 316, that's blasphemous.
Well, that was Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Austin, I don't know if you saw it, the documentary he had on his final match, which was on A&E last week. So he's saying that that match with Kevin Owens is his final match.
Ah, okay. Well, then if Steve said it's his final match, it's his final match.
I guess you didn't see it then.
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was actually pretty damn good. I was shocked that when they told him that he was going to be in the main event, he got like emotional. Never seen Austin show any emotion, so I was surprised.
Well, even the hardest guys have emotions there sometimes.
Yeah. Do you think that was a good send off?
For Stone Cold?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good send off. Good match.
Man, was that an awesome advertisement for his beer, the American Lager beer. Whew, it's great. I would thought that was an awesome advertisement. Like, hey, I have a new beer out, by the way. He's drinking as he's wrestling. So smart.
Well, good for him. I mean, yeah, he did it real well.
If anybody hasn't had it, by the way, just give Austin a free plug here. The American Lager, the Stone Cold Broken Skull American Lager. Awesome. I love it. And if you're an IPA fan, he's got an IPA as well.
They sell it up there, I guess.
They have it everywhere, but literally right down the street from my house, they have it at one of my liquor stores. I literally just got a 4-pack. It's great.
Nice. 4-pack.
That's how they sell them for
They
whatever
don't sell
reason.
6-packs up here?
No, they're like tall boys, so they put them in 4-packs.
Oh.
I don't know why. That's it. That's his brewing company. That's the way they do it. El Segundo.
El Segundo.
Del Mountain. Dr. Tom, do you think that Ric Flair has influenced younger generation of wrestlers to keep working long past their physical prime?
Do I think Ric Flair has influenced younger generations of wrestlers to keep working long past their physical primes? I don't know if Rick has influenced them so much. Maybe so. But
I feel like that happens with a ton of wrestlers. You just keep wrestling, you know what I mean?
yeah, you just keep wrestling. Ricky Morton's wrestling still. He's 67 years old.
Yeah.
He loves it. So I can't say unless you're. I mean, as long as you can still go out there. Bob Armstrong went out there until he was, my God, man. He would dance through the ring, get in the ring, do his thing. And so I think that Flair and some other guys might have influenced some of these younger generations if they want to. I don't know if they'll be able to work past their physical primes, though. So beat up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Bubba Pensacola in the house. Bubba Griffith.
Favorite places to be, Pensacola.
Nice. Todd is back. He says Marks are now running OVW. Excuse me. We shall see, meaning how they're going to be doing and what they're doing.
Well,
remember they had
Marks?
that sellout? Damn it, I forget. It's a bigger company. I have to look it up. I don't remember.
So OVW has been bought by a big company.
It was like a big financial investment. Genovic Ventures. They bought a major stake in the company.
Okay. And they're taking them on tour.
Yep.
They're going on a big tour bus, or
probably, yeah. They have to. Ibsen says, "Were you surprised Jack Swagger was released? A.k.a. Jake Hager was released.
I had no idea.
AEW. Yeah, just got released from AEW. They're not bringing him back.
Wow. Okay.
He was the first basically big surprise. Remember when WWE launched Nitro and Luger was the first big surprise. What the hell is he doing here? Well, Hager was the first big surprise for AEW, and now gone.
Hager was the first big surprise.
5 years ago, 2019. Yep, for Dynamite.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Are you surprised he's gone, or you think that 5 years is okay? Okay,
No,
cool.
I'm not surprised at all. Nothing's surprising me anymore.
What about Arn Anderson being gone? Does that surprise you at all?
No, not really, because Arn can look. I can't speak for anybody because I'm not there and I haven't been there. But if you're in a place where it's just you're not happy, then what's the point in going?
And they released his son, Brock. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they're not using him. They're not listening to his advice, even though he he has more knowledge than everybody else combined. So
Right.
probably not happy.
So yeah, so I can understand. What do you want to? I mean, what are you really doing there? If you dread going all the time, then that's going to be just a miserable existence. So no matter what company you're with, no matter where you're at, doesn't have to be with wrestling. I mean, it just if you're not happy doing it, what's the point in doing it?
True. Jerk says Tom is the man, the only wrestler to respond and talk to me. Nothing but respect for this language, and that's from Jerk. Wow.
Well, that sounds like Jerk. Damn right.
I kind of want to know though, like how come nobody else gives this guy any respect? His
I
just
don't
due
know
here.
because Mr. My Dick,
Mhm.
he deserves respect there. Jerk my dick.
Yeah, exactly. Come on,
Yeah.
Jerk. Crazy. Barbara says, heard some stories about Johnny Valentine. Heard he wasn't always a gentleman and a scholar outside of the ring. Would Dr. Tom care to address this? Whoa.
Well, I heard a lot of stories about Johnny Valentine too, and I would have to concur with that if they are indeed true. But I really haven't witnessed firsthand any ungentleman or unscholar-like activities that Mr. Valentine may or may not have participated in.
You never wrestled him, right?
No, I never wrestled Johnny. He was in a plane crash before I got into
Duh.
wrestling.
Before you even got in. Did you ever wrestle Greg the Hammer?
I think I wrestled Greg once on a TV match. So if that counts,
Yes.
yeah.
Were you happy for Owen when he won the 1994 King of the Ring? Did you ever have a talk with him as good as his? Did you ever have a talk that he could be as good as his brother winning the event? Meaning Owen as good as Brett winning.
Oh, well, Owen, it was common knowledge that Owen was talented, is just like Brett. I mean, that's why they had such a great match at WrestleMania. Was it 10?
Yep.
Yeah, WrestleMania 10. So, but no, I think everybody knew Owen was great. He and Brett both were great.
1994 King of the Ring winner, the year after his brother won the 1993 King of the Ring. So great storyline, great storytelling with that one. And obviously they had a rematch in the cage, SummerSlam 1994. And Brett finally gets his win back over Owen. Great feud, though. Love their matches.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very good matches.
From Magazine Retriever, congratulations to Marty Jannetty on his recent marriage to his new wife, Addie. Missy Beefcake was the one that married the couple, and Brutus was in attendance. What do you think about this? Marty, the wolf, getting married.
Well, congratulations, Marty, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Except Missy Beefcake married the couple. That's great.
Yep. And Brutus was in attendance. Gotta love that.
So is Missy a minister or what?
I guess, or whatever you have to be able to marry people. Yeah. Yep.
Cool. Yeah.
What do you think Iron Sheik would have said about this? Marty,
Ah,
what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't believe
Marty.
new wife Addie. Marty, why? That's what you say.
Barbara has an interesting question. Has Dr. Tom ever wrestled in Saudi Arabia? Did they travel to the Middle East in his time?
We went to Israel, but never wrestled in Saudi Arabia. Did go to Israel, went to the Wailing Wall, and took a little tour with these guides through the Palestinian through this under this bridge. It kind of was like a tunnel, but it was just dark. It was a long bridge. We went under, and I never felt so unsafe in my life. It was a real tense. Yeah, it was real tense.
Did you know that before you did it? Like it was going to be that intense?
No, not. I didn't know it was going to be like that, but maybe it was just under heightened awareness. We walked the path that Christ walked and all that stuff, man. It was like, whether it was or wasn't, that's what they told us. And I thought,
Right.
okay, yeah. So,
Well, it's cool now that you survived. So now that's cool.
well, yeah, that's what I thought. But no, I never been to Saudi Arabia.
May 31 is the day Arn will be released. He confirmed it on his podcast, by the way. So 2 days from when we're recording this, Arn will be gone.
Well, I'm sure he's happy about it.
Best name for a horse. This is ATF, by the way. Hoof-hearted or passing wind?
Oh, passing wind. I like passing wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Jerk is back. He said, I watched your match on Raw with Bret Hart in 1994. Was Bret really the best there is, best there was, and best there ever will be?
Bret was pretty damn good. He's pretty close to being the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Rewind 89 says Taz is the GOAT. Do you agree?
Taz is one of the GOATs.
Also says Taz never got emotional. He was a true professional.
Okay.
Interesting.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Can't remember a time where he did get emotional.
Well, what would he have to be emotional about?
Not sure. Rewind also said, by the way, going back to the four pack because higher alcohol content in the IPA. So by law, they have to do the 4-pack. Interesting. Look at that.
Kind of figured that, but
yep, nice. I didn't even think about that. That's probably 100% accurate. Barbara said, "What happened with Naomi? They did a blackout. Any idea what happened? Thank you, Naomi. Is she injured?
No, I don't know.
I have no idea. Yeah,
I don't know.
I know Backlash, she had a pay-per-view title match with Bailey, so I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, I don't either.
Craig, when you were in Portland, did you get to do a fishing in the ocean? Did you get to go fishing in the ocean in Portland? And did any wrestlers pack a fishing rod with them?
I think a lot of guys packed a fishing rod with them. I went fishing at Elton Owens Lake. They had a stock lake. Catch fish all day long. But no, we went fishing on one lake, and I can't remember the name of it. Hack Sawyer and me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Hank Williams would probably say catfish from dusk till dawn, right? You can catch those catfish.
That's right. Catch catfish from dusk till dawn. Country boy can't survive, you know.
Yes, that's right. That's right. If the original Sheik didn't pass away, he'd probably still be wrestling. Do you agree with that? If the original Sheik didn't pass away?
Oh God, yeah. Well, I don't know. At the end of his run, I don't think he could barely walk, couldn't he? At the end of it, I saw in Japan where he was.
Yes, but he was still trying to get in the ring and stuff.
Yeah, they would have had to stop him.
I think it was Meltzer. I was just reading that. I guess it was 1969. They had to do the cage match. It was Bruno versus Sheik for the WWF title, and they had to do the finish where you leave the cage. You know that's the big thing now. You climb the cage, or you leave the cage. Well, you couldn't climb it. You had to go through the door. Bruno didn't want a climbing contest, but they did that because Sheik didn't want a job. Isn't that crazy? Didn't want a job to Bruno. Bruno the man.
Yeah, I can see that. I sure can. Oh, it was Houston, Texas. Back in the 70s, it was the Sheik versus Abdullah in the cage. and she didn't want to lose to Abdullah. So they went out and they did the old pick who you want to face Abdullah because the Sheik was injured, so he hurt his shoulder. The doctor wouldn't clear him. So yeah, I could see that. I could see where we wouldn't want to job to anybody.
I'm surprised to hear the Bruno. It's like, wow, of all people.
Yeah,
Man, I guess he's just protecting his character. And obviously at that point he's like the best heel draw going. So I guess he was protecting his character. I'm surprised
right.
surprised they did that. Because back then, right, weren't cage matches, you fight till there's a winner, basically, and you can't escape the cage, right? Back then?
No, you could climb over the cage.
Oh, okay.
You could climb over the cage.
It's
And
kind
in
of an
fact,
out.
that was the only way to do it was climb out of the cage.
That's kind of an out, though. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have to get pinned. He
Right,
loses, but he doesn't really have to take the
right.
loss.
That's yeah.
Bubba is saying, by the way, from Pensacola, fish sandwich on the pier. What do you think about that?
Yes, yes. Great fish sandwich on the pier in Pensacola.
Colton is saying Dr. Tom is such a beast, it's ridiculous, and he's got the cool sunglasses on.
Mm.
Do you agree with that? You're a beast.
I think you're a beast. Or will a
And,
beast. Okay.
and Charles is saying I'd fight him. So I think
Yeah.
he means you. He'd fight you one-on-one.
That's all right, Charles. I'll fight you back.
Ragu is saying Owen seemed to be the most driven on screen to want to win the King of the Ring. He had something to prove.
Yeah, I think Owen probably felt he has something to prove. And he did.
Mitch, the Modern Day Cowboys asking King Harley Race or King Haku? Who wins?
Ooh. Well, I think King Haku would have Harley Race win.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I like that. Colton says, Dr. Tom, what's the craziest thing a ring rat has ever done to get backstage to meet you? It's well known the ladies loved Dr. Tom.
What is the craziest thing? I don't know probably what I'd consider normal. You consider crazy. I don't know.
Has a ring rat ever done anything to get backstage? Like,
I can't think of anything specifically because we didn't. We were pretty well uh, respectful of the buildings we were in. Yeah.
great question here. What does your shirt say? What's on your shirt?
Oh, this is a Rabbit Rogue shirt. This is one of my guys' shirt. Yeah, one K13.
He's one of the guys from Bloody England, or just another one of the guys?
No, he just gave me the shirt.
Oh, interesting.
He's one of the guys from this area.
And he's been training with you for how long?
2 years.
Oh, okay. So he's probably got a little bit of a name in that area, or building it up at least.
Rabbit Rogue. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Hopefully Ibsen will buy that shirt wherever it's available. He also asked, Smoking Guns and the Bushwhackers were there with Dr. Tom in 1994, October, in Israel. Is that true? Were those crazy guys with you?
Yes, they were. Matter of fact.
Not a bad group of guys to be with.
No, it was a pretty good tour. It was good. I think we went to Israel and I forget where else we went. Probably Germany somewhere. I don't remember where we went after that tour.
I know later on you guys would end up going to Kuwait quite a bit.
Yeah, I didn't go to Kuwait.
Oh, no?
No.
Saw Taz weep when he lost the belt to Mike Awesome. This was ECW just outside Chicago. Wow, so maybe Rewind was wrong here as Taz was crying after he lost the belt in 99 to Mike Awesome.
Son of a gun.
Damn it.
Yeah, I thought he never cried.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, that's probably something to cry about.
He actually might have cried on AEW a few months ago, by the way, because Jericho pushed him down after he was saying he was having knee problems, and Jericho just pushed him down, and he couldn't get back up. So maybe he was crying then too. He couldn't tell, though. They didn't zoom in, but it looked like he was upset.
Well, Damn Jericho then.
Son of a bitch. The photos of Israel were in the WWF magazine taken by Tom Buchanan, who is the senior photographer.
Okay.
Do you remember taking the trip with Tom?
Of course I do.
Nice.
Like it was 40 years ago. Remember that? I remember that precisely like it was.
Actually, 30, but I
30.
love
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So I was exaggerating by 10 years.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Just to go back to the Sheik for a minute here, I believe the Sheik refused to do a job for Andre the Giant. Would this be correct?
I don't think Sheiky Baby would do that. Or are you talking about the original
The
Sheik?
original Sheik. Yeah, the original Sheik.
Maybe the original Sheik. He might do that, but
Man,
not
he's
Sheiky
really
Baby.
protecting his character there and his career.
Well, in the end, it didn't do him too good, but he did for the time.
Do you get mad at a guy that says he doesn't want a job? Do you ever get upset at that?
Yeah, I think it's ridiculous.
Isn't that crazy?
It is crazy.
Scorch. Dr. Tom, are you familiar with a wrestler from Tennessee named Phil Hickerson who wrestled from 1974 to 1981? I heard Corny mention how tough Phil Hickerson was.
Phil Hickerson and Dennis Condrey were a great tag team in these here parts. And I do remember Phil Hickerson. Yeah, he was a tough, one of those tough Southern boys. Didn't want to mess with too much. Didn't want to mess with it all if you could avoid it.
I have a good friend, Tyler, from West Virginia. He always tells me that how come Phil Hickerson doesn't do more signings? I see Dennis does signings, Dennis Condrey. He wants somebody to book Hickerson and Condrey together. He said that would be awesome, and he's obsessed with it.
Why can't he do it?
I don't know. I guess he doesn't want to book guys anymore, but I told him he should do it because I saw Dennis is at WrestleCade in November. I said, so book Phil and drive down.
Yeah.
Phil's still alive. Book him.
Yeah. I don't know where Phil's living, but I do remember Phil.
Were they a great tag team?
Yeah, they were a great tag team. Sure were.
I actually told him too. I said, while you're at it, book Dr. Tom, book Stan Lane, book Hickerson, and book Condrey. Then you could do a mixed match of everybody in pictures and, But
Stan's not going to travel very far.
Well, isn't he in North Carolina?
Yeah.
WrestleCade's in North Carolina, so it wouldn't be too bad for him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to do WrestleCade or not.
Cornette should do WrestleCade.
Cornette ain't doing nothing.
Damn it. I think the last WrestleCade I was at was the last one he did, I think, actually, many moons ago.
Probably so. I don't think Jimmy's going anywhere.
Enthusiastic Icy Comet. I can't even hate watch AEW because it's gotten so bad. It's cringe that only people left are the biggest nerds ever. Do you agree with that?
I have no idea because I haven't seen it. I have no idea. I did see the flamethrower stuff. I saw that clip and I thought, what are they doing? Then I realized it was Darby Allin spraying Jack Perry with fire.
Yes.
Then they put him out.
Yep.
Okay. So that's what I'm seeing. And that's what wrestling's become. So
very weird. Like, I know some people, obviously AEW fans love AEW, and they were talking up that match, but Darby Allin got hit by a bus during the match. They were trying to do the New Jack thing where they play music when they use the weapons. It just felt like overbooking. Like, if you were going to start a chant, you could start.
Wasn't Darby supposed to be doing a Mount Everest expedition?
Yes, and it got canceled after he broke his foot. Yeah.
Right. Well, he should be lucky because there have been people dying up there with the avalanches and stuff on Mount Everest. So, I think about that too. He could be dying on Mount Everest, but no, he's shooting people with flamethrowers. So.
And he wasn't even supposed to be in that match. It was supposed to be Eddie Kingston, but Kingston broke his leg in New Japan doing a crazy spot on a guardrail.
Ah, jeez. So.
Did you see that?
No.
So they set up a table from the end of the ring to the guardrail, and just the table is flat. and the guy suplexed him, but he suplexed him so close to the guardrail, they went through the
Geez.
table, but his leg snapped off the guardrail.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah.
Looked like it hurt like hell.
It sounds like it hurt like hell.
But the guy was just too close. You got to space it out more if you're going to do that spot, but there's nowhere for your legs to land.
Yeah, so how about we not do that spot?
Yeah. How about don't do the flamethrower spot either, where the guy gets
Good
burnt
idea.
alive?
That's a great idea.
What about Tony Khan taking bumps? Do you like that?
I don't have any feelings about that. I really don't. I don't know why he's taking bumps. I don't know why he's doing this. Except he wants to be part of the show.
I don't know. It comes off as a little silly, to be honest.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. He wants to be part of the show, and it's coming up a little silly.
ATF got a question. If offered, would you accept an opportunity to smoke with Cheech and or Chong?
They'd kill me.
You wouldn't do it?
I didn't say that. I just said they'd kill me.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Al Hershen, or is it AI Hershen? He says the Asian version of Phil Hickerson. I guess that's him, Al Hershen. Or AI Hershen.
Okay.
Modern Day Cowboy says, has Dr. Tom ever taken a fireball to the face or salt in the eyes?
I've taken salt in the eyes. I've never been burned by the vicious fireball.
It would actually kind of be a cool spot. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Taking a fireball and then salt in the eyes. You know what I mean? Really blind the person.
Are you trying to add insult to injury?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting question here. Heard Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, has just signed with the WWE. Does Dr. Tom have any knowledge of this?
I have no knowledge of this.
I don't know either, but it's just interesting that rumor keeps coming out there. I guess it's boyfriend, not husband. It's her boyfriend, Adam Cole, is firmly in AEW, but they weren't doing anything with her for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't heard anything at all.
And she's down training with, not that this matters, but she's training with DDP.
She's doing DDT?
DDP, Diamond Dallas
Sure.
Page.
Okay.
Doing the power cuffs. I don't know if you've seen those power cuffs.
Yeah, I have seen those. Well, good for her.
Have you tried the power cuffs?
No, I have not. Are they supposed to be great?
Supposedly, yeah. I saw Cody Rhodes was using them, and you actually use a lot less weight, but you get more of a pump.
Okay. Well,
and obviously, Cody's a bit of a gym rat, so
yes, he is.
I trust him. But Britt Baker, I wonder if that's true because I keep hearing that rumor that she signed with WWE. I wonder if that's actually true. That would be a big loss for AEW because I feel like they underused her for a while.
Well, yeah. Do they ever use anybody correctly in AEW?
No. Sadly,
Okay.
no. Maybe Sting, but that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to mess up, but no, it was kind of close. Yeah.
Literally, I can't think of anybody else. Osprey, I guess, so far because he's undefeated. But besides that, but they haven't really booked him as a star either. So weird.
Well, that's too bad because they might be gone too.
I hope not. You need another wrestling company out there. We saw what happened to WWE for 20 years with no competition.
Yeah.
They were terrible. Table of Kings says, will they bring back WCW?
I doubt it. Why would they want to bring WCW back?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you ever wrestle Van Hammer?
No, never did.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, you guys would never cross paths because
No.
when he was in WCW basically the whole time. Please ask Dr. Tom if he showed the trainees the bump that Darby Allin took when Sting retired. It would look pretty intense.
No, I haven't shown him that yet.
Maybe what not to do?
Yeah, but I'll keep that one in mind for when it's what not to do.
How about the flame?
The flame.
Flamethrower.
Oh, no.
Have you ever gone drinking with the Honky Tonk Man? Well, the all-time greats, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
I have not. not gone drinking with Honky Tonk Man, and I don't know why. Because I don't know if we've been in the same place where there was a bar or a place to go drink.
Call me crazy, but I feel like he's almost underappreciated how great he was, Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk?
What a great heel.
Yeah, I thought he was a great heel. It's a really good heel.
Rick Sanchez, did you party with Ric Flair a lot back in the day? I heard he got thrown out of that pizza joint. Has he always been wild and crazy?
Yeah, I think anybody knows anything about Rick knows about how he's wild and crazy. And yeah, Rick has always been that way, and I think Rick's going to stay that way.
And we had talked about it, I guess it was 2 weeks ago. We were talking about the pizza joint incident. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, but there comes a time when you just got to chill. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And say, oops.
Ibsen's got a picture for you. He wants me. Let me see if I could grab it here. Let's see. Let's see what it is, Dr. Tom. Let's get your honest reaction about this picture. It is Bruce and Shawn Michaels.
Huh. Where'd that come from?
Let's see. Ibsen sent it to me. Let's see where he got this from. It's a picture of Bruce at a 1995 event. They caught him on camera during a pay-per-view.
Uh,
This is I guess it's 1995. Must be the King of the Ring. He's wearing a King of the Ring shirt, and he's got the crown on, so it must be the King of the Ring. And he's trying to sell a hat. Interesting. Interesting there. But Ibsen, he really wanted me to show you that.
You did.
Yes.
Well, you showed me.
Rick says, or excuse me, Colton says, Ric Flair put that pizzeria over big time. Woo.
Well, he should. And I think he finally did.
What was Cornette's opinion of the King of the Ring? Did he like it? Did it was a good event, bad event, or didn't care?
I haven't talked to Jimmy. I don't know. I don't know what he thought of it. I think if you listen to his podcast, he'll tell you.
Yeah. Did you like the main event of the evening? Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul.
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I did like it. I hated that he had to use brass knuckles, though, because he promised you wouldn't.
That lying,
Yeah.
cheating, heel, SOB.
What
Yep.
am I supposed to think? But no, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Ibsen was saying that was the 1995 King of the Ring during the entrance of Shawn Michaels. That picture, that infamous picture of Bruce. That camera hog that he is, Bruce.
Yeah. Okay.
Honky Tonk Man seems to hate more than half the guys he worked with. Do you ever get that? Do you ever get that sense?
I can understand how you would feel that way. I mean, sometimes you just feel that way, and whenever people talk to you, you're still feeling that way, and you got to tell them how you feel. So if you seem to be feeling hatred or whatever he was doing, then that may have been the truth. He may have mellowed out some. Hell, I don't know.
Colton wants to know, what are your thoughts on Gangrel? We talked about it a little before. What do you think about him? I think he was way better than Edge and Christian. His in-ring skills are amazing. Also, why did Gangrel not get pushed like Edge and Christian?
Well, one thing about Gangrel, David Heath, is he's a nice guy, and I think he's a really nice guy. So his in-ring skills are amazing. So I think it was just a matter of being there, but not saying and not speaking up when you need to speak up. I just think he's a nice guy, and he goes along with everything too much, and I understand that.
Not that he was old in '98, and he's still not really old now, but so to speak. But those were like the young guys, Edge and Christian, that they were getting a push, and he was kind of like a veteran at that point, that they weren't getting really give a lot of a push to.
Yeah, that too. So that could be it.
Maybe sign him to AEW and let him take Edge's spot. Maybe.
I don't know if he wants Edge's spot. If he does,
Ragu says Gangrel is awesome.
yes, he is.
Other than Mad Dog Vachon, has any other wrestler opened the door of a plane mid-flight?
I'm not quite sure.
God, I hope not. Jeez, it's a little dangerous.
Hmm.
Wouldn't you say?
What? Wrestlers being dangerous on a flight? Opening the door mid-flight? What? That was in the old days, John.
Yes.
Not these days.
Ragu says seems to have some nervousness about him in shoot-type interviews and promos, meaning Gangrel. Do you agree?
I don't know. I've never noticed that.
Please ask Dr. Tom who he'd rather take part in herbal substances, Cheech Chong or Willie Nelson.
Either and or.
Yeah, I think you would go Willie, to be honest.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Magazine says, I think Gangrel had one of the best WWE theme songs of all time. I tend to agree. That theme song is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And the music, and the lights, and the blood. It's perfect. And the entrance, the ramp.
The fire, yeah.
Yep. Cool as hell.
Very cool.
Do you think Paul Heyman will turn on Roman Reigns, join up with him, or join up with Solo Sikoa's bloodline? Do you think?
Wow, that's something I would have to think on and ponder on because Paul is not a stupid guy. He knows who to side with.
That is very intriguing because I know Roman's not there right now, but man, they've done some great storylines on SmackDown because Heyman lied and said he spoke to him. He never spoke to him. Solo spoke to him, supposedly. Now there's two more guys in that bloodline, Tama and Tangaloa. So I feel like without him even being there, they've spiced it up a lot. Very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's great.
And I can't believe Heyman lied. Shocked.
Yeah, that is a shock. That's I don't know if that's a believable trait in his character.
Barbara says Gangrel, awesome entrance. Yes. Totally agree. Let's wrap this bad boy up, Dr. Tom, and head towards the plugs. Where can everybody find your book?
You can find our book my book at jpwrestlingacademy.com and go to the front page, hit training, and it'll take you right to the book. That's jpwrestlingacademy.com. If you want an autographed copy, you can email me at jpwrestlingacademy@gmail.com. Just put attention Dr. Tom on the subject line.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Two Man Power. Follow Dr. Tom at Dr. Tom Prichard. What else is going on in the world of the JPWA?
We're training, and training some more. So we're on our 8th week and almost done.
Love it. Anything else going on in this crazy world?
That's about it, John. That's about all we got going on, man. It's just been kind of calm lately.
Any appearances or anything coming up?
As a matter of fact, I'm going to Fort Lauderdale Friday, tell some stories with Robert Mitchell and some friends of his down there, and then coming back from the NWA Saturday night, June 1st, for Back to the Territories. So, yeah, we got some stuff coming up.
Did you see Adventures in Carneyland? Did you see the show with Billy?
I did see it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched every episode. I binged it because I really like him and I like this Pumpkins.
But I liked the way he commentated over it and was telling the story the whole time. Yeah,
it was so much wrestling. I just felt myself wanting to just keep it going. I was hooked.
Yeah, good.
Mitch, thank you. Phil, thank you. Barbara makes a great point here. Peace in the Middle East and Dr. Tom for the Hall of Fame. That's perfect.
Two things that are probably never going to happen.
Last question. Have you heard the new Rikishi rap song?
I have not.
Oh, I'm going to have to go to YouTube immediately and find it. Interesting. I had no idea he had a new rap song out. Awesome.
Didn't either.
I love it. But thank you,
Cool.
everybody, for tuning in. You see you right back here next week for the little Take You to School with Dr. Tom Prichard. We'll see you next week, folks.